store, which I'm super excited about this too, because Diane, you were talking about kind of this new trend you're seeing in terms of kind of raw edges and patches.
Yeah, we did it in a jean jacket that had stars that were cut out and fringed. And I wish we had that jacket out here, but actually if my stylist Sabrina can hear me, if there's a way to dress one of the models in that fringe star jacket with this jean, it would be great. We have collected a ton of magazine tears, but we don't have them. But it's your classic bootcut jean, and it has that raw edged bottom to it. It is fashion plus. I love it. It has that little bit of edge to it. Now, being the incredibly attentive person I am, I made sure that we manicured the edges. We actually single needle stitched them along the edge so it holds the fray, and the fray cannot get any more exaggerated.
Now, you did this on a bootcut, but it doesn't look extreme.
Well, I like it the most on a bootcut, and frankly, when you see the European versions where it was initiated and born, they all did it on a bootcut, because come fall, putting this little bit of fringe over a suede ankle boot, seriously, how cute can it be?
Yeah.
So we'll get up close to it on the girls so you can see the major feature. The price is so right. It is done in our classic denim, which is a combination of cotton, rami, which is from the cotton family, polyester for recovery and memory, and spandex.
Yeah.
So you've got a real denim here with an authentic fringed bottom, and honestly, everything is about fringe in the fashion industry when it comes to denim. But I wanted it to be subtle. I wanted it to be unique, but at the same time, not messy and overpowering. The other reason why I love it is we put it at a today's special price, so that if you're buying a novelty jean like this, and I have it, and I do love to wear it with a boho sandal, or a boot, a little booty come fall, you're not paying a fortune.
That's right.
For novelty. You're not, you know, I don't think that you want to pay a ton of money for being on trend necessarily. Then again, this one really looks best.
I love what you did with the denim. This is a great and very unusual denim color.
Can we show you this up close?
It's a really good piece.
I felt this was a really 1960s kind of love-in retro jean. So look at the amount of hand craftsmanship and workmanship that goes into this, as well as the fringing on the bottom. This is all done by hand. This is all hand crafted. We give them a picture of what we want, and every single bit of this is hand rubbed, a little bit of bleach put in there delicately with brushes, then hand rubbed down the jean to the fringed bottom. If you loved those era, then this is great for you. And actually, we do have some tears to show you. So these are fashion tears from high-end magazines that are all about the fringed bottom jean. There it is, again and again. So here's Style Star, and that, I think that was from Bazaar magazine. It's all about rips and tears. It's all about fringed bottoms. It's all about that casual, oh yeah, I've owned my jeans for 10,000 years. My body's never changed, and I'm oh so cool. This is truly one of those cool girl jeans, isn't it?
And you know what's funny? It's worn without looking worn. For example, those big tears in the thighs and legs. Are you kidding me?
I'm not showing that part of my, that's not happening. But give me that retro look on the top, and then give me that little bit of fringe on the bottom, and we control that fringe again with a single needle stitch that goes all around the hem. So if we can get up close to the hem, I think it's advantageous to see it on somebody. If you can get that close up in the indigo, I think that that is actually the most indicative. Can you do a side pose? There you go. So how cool is that? See, I have a fringed cowboy boot. I actually have a suede boot that's a shorty, you know, it's an ankle boot with a fringed zipper up the side. Now, come on, with that.
Or fringe jacket.
And a denim jacket, or our denim jacket. Maybe we could pull up a picture of that from .com that has the fringe stars. That is an adorable outfit.
Yeah, we had it in yesterday's show, if that's any help. But it's adorable. It's so cute. The fringe stars are 3 of them in the front.
See, this is one of those jeans where if you are a baby boomer gal like me, you never get the opportunity to wear this.
That's a great point, because you'll go into the mall, and in the junior department, they'll have the ripped, cool.
But it's way down to here.
Stop it. And it's a size 0.
Rips everywhere.
Right.
This is done in just the right place. And then if we can just do a full-length shot of the indigo, look at how vintage and retro that is. I mean, that to me is really like, oh, I keep my jeans for years. I'm such a cool girl. I've never gained a pound. I love that retro look, and I actually love to put ripped, torn, and fringed with a very tailored kind of masculine blazer on the top and a t-shirt. Yeah, because that's ultimate cool girl.
Right.
Ultimate.
But explain your history of rips, tears, fringing,
I used to,
raw edges.
in the 60s, going into the 70s, I used to do denim for rock and roll stars. So I would take jackets from the Jefferson Airplane, Gracie Slick, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Deep Purple. It goes on, and I would fringe them, rip them, tear them,
your kitchen,
embroider them, sew them, at my kitchen table.
On our kitchen table.
Yeah, that is, and because honestly, I was one of those people born to design, so I love the craft. And this is so reminiscent of that to me. It brings back so many memories of that era, both 60s and 70s, actually even going into the 80s. And I don't like it messy, though. I like it controlled, so you know when you wash it, you're not going to get a million of threads coming out. It's all done precisely, done with care and by hand, and done at $39, which I think is a perfect price.
Oh, it's a wonderful price.
For a fashion piece without breaking the bank.
Okay,
and
here's the jacket
to go with it.
The
jacket comes in indigo too.
Isn't
it also comes in white. So can you see the fringed stars on that?
That's cute.
That is perfection to me to put together. That really makes sense.
It's adorable. And $39.90 is special, and that's a huge savings off the